In today's video, I will be sharing 7 must-have skills for a successful project management career. Come with me, let's dig in. Hey lovelies, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ogechi Naji, and on this channel I talk about everything a project manager should know, starting from the skills, the tools, the techniques, evolving trends in the world of project management. Today I want to give a special shout out to all my lovely subscribers, to everyone who has taken their time to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I love you. God bless you. And for you that is still waiting, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share my videos so that you can help my channel grow. Yeah, right. Today we are talking about the 7 must-have skills for every project manager. Of course, there are numerous skills for project managers, but these 7, they are non-negotiable. And we are just going to get right into today's topic. In no particular order, the very first skill that I'll be talking about today is the communication skill. As a project manager, 90% of your work revolves around communication, and that is why it is very important for every project manager to be an effective communicator, because all through the project life cycle, the project manager is constantly communicating with different people, including the project sponsors, the project stakeholders, the team members, the vendors, and everyone that is involved on the project. It is also important to understand that communication is not always verbal, as there are different forms of communication, which includes the verbal, the non-verbal, and the written form of communication. Project managers must also understand and try to find out how people want to be communicated and how frequent they are willing to take in this communication. Some people prefer an in-person meeting where they are looking at you and you're explaining everything you need to explain. Others will prefer emails maybe once in 2 weeks, while some people will prefer a daily phone call to keep them updated on the progress of the project. It's also important to note that communication is not a one-way traffic. It's a two-way process. So when you're communicating with people, make time to listen to feedback, to take back feedbacks and review feedbacks. This will help you adjust anything that might seem like a bit of a problem on your project, and it will also help you evaluate the impact of the communication that you have been giving out. Now, if you want to enhance your communication skills, here are a few tips that you can try out. 1, make sure that you look for presentation opportunities to facilitate, opportunities to present a program. You know that saying, practice makes perfect. Another thing you can do is to look for a mentor. Shadow a very good communicator. Look at the facial expressions, the hand gestures, how they keep eye-to-eye contact with people. The last thing I would recommend is joining a public speaking class and sit down under the tutelage of a master presenter, a master speaker, and that will definitely help you improve your communication skills. Like I would always say, there are tons and tons of free articles, free courses, free videos that you can access through the internet. These things will definitely set you on that journey of becoming a good communicator. Making the second position on my 7 must-have skills is the leadership skill. Now, a leader is that person with the ability to bring people together and make them do what needs to be done without necessarily bossing over them. As a project manager, it's your responsibility to provide team guidance and team direction for your team members. It's your responsibility to bring people together, form a team, and ensure that they collaborate effectively to ensuring your project's success. According to the project management's body of knowledge, there are 6 leadership styles, and they include transformational, transactional, interactional, charismatic, laissez-faire, and of course, the servant leadership style. Of all of these leadership styles, the most recommended is the servant leadership style. The reason is because the servant leadership style allows the project manager to put the needs of the project team ahead of his or her needs. It makes the project manager more like the project servant, always available to remove all forms of obstruction, impediment, treat all challenges that the project team is facing per time. With this type of leadership style, there is open communication, there is a very good team bond, and a safe working environment. Of course, you know that with humans, when you are able to identify with their needs, they tend to work better, and that is why this skill is of course one of the best. Now, if you're wondering that if as a project manager, do you actually have, or are you a servant leader? Now, here are some things to consider. A servant leader is caring, a servant leader is trustworthy, a servant leader is honest, a servant leader is friendly, a servant leader is humble, and a servant leader considers others first. Now, you be the judge of that. Now, number 3 on my list is emotional intelligence. As far as I am concerned, emotional intelligence is the star of the show. Emotional intelligence is the latest source to personal growth, project success, business growth, you just name it, the list is endless. With emotional intelligence as a project manager, you have your team members under control. You don't want to walk into your project space or your office and you have a team member who is very upset at something that probably happened at home or something another team member did, and all you're talking to that person about is your project work. I mean, you're not going to get it. Even when you do, you will never get a good job. That is why, as a project manager, you must long to acquire this skill called emotional intelligence. You must be emotionally intelligent when you're dealing with people. You know why? Because you're dealing with people and people have emotions. Now, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand, manage, and apply your emotions and the emotions of others. It could also mean your ability to manage interpersonal relationships with empathy. Yes, that's what it means. Now, the benefits of emotional intelligence on a project are just limitless, but I'm just going to name a few. Emotional intelligence helps you to manage conflicts. Emotional intelligence helps you to build friendship while project is ongoing. Emotional intelligence translates to a safe working environment. Emotional intelligence leads to project success. Like I said, the list is endless. And as a project manager, aspire for emotional intelligence. Coming up fourth on my list of must-have skills is the negotiation skill. In life, we're constantly negotiating our way through life. And so whether you're a project manager or not, negotiation skill is a must-have. But now, narrowing it down to a project manager, you are constantly negotiating for several things along the project life cycle. Things like new project requirement, processes, people, resources, budget, schedule, procurement, the list goes on and on. And that is why you must be very good at negotiating, because with a good negotiation skill, you are able to overcome the challenges that comes with poor negotiation. Now, as a project manager, anytime you are going to the negotiation table, here are 5 skills you must come with to the table. Number 1, understand that negotiation is not always a win-win situation, but you must aspire to win all the time. But always have it at the back of your mind that at some time in negotiation, you will just have to let go. Number 2 is that you must actively listen to conversations on the table. You want to listen with rapt attention because it will help you form your opinions. Number 3, ensure to conduct an extensive research on the topics, the issues, anything that could possibly pop up during negotiation, including the personality on the other side, because that will position you at a point where you can bring out facts that will lead to you winning. Number 4, make sure that you have something to trade off, a simple trade-off, something that you can give out without even feeling it, something that you can offer in place of what you actually want. Always come along with a simple trade-off. And finally, choose your words. You don't want to say something that instead of improving your chances of winning on the negotiation table, you are on your verge to losing that negotiation. I believe that if you practice these 5 skills, and like I would always say, there are free skills on the internet, you will be a perfect negotiator. Number 5 on my list of skills is organizational skills. Now, to make sure that your project runs smoothly and is in tandem with the project plan, then you must have an excellent organizational skill, which includes your ability to prioritize your tasks, your ability to document processes and actions on your project, your ability to manage budgets, to manage time, and monitor resources. These are the things that you must be able to do to make your project succeed. Now, the benefits of a proper organization on a project is just endless. And some of the things you stand to achieve as a project manager is that, first of all, proper organization of your work on a project leads to clarity of responsibilities. It makes everybody know what they should be doing per time. Another thing it does is that it reduces stress for you, the project manager, and also for your project team. Then it increases proficiency, it increases efficiency, it increases productivity overall. Now, you don't have to worry about how you're going to handle this organization of things on your project, because there are readily available softwares that have been developed to make organizing our work in project management very, very easy. Some of them are the Asana, the Trello, the Microsoft Project. These tools, if properly understood, will help you monitor your project, schedule your project, monitor roles and responsibilities. And of course, like you already know, you can learn how to use these tools for free on the internet. Just go to your Google and search for these softwares and get started with learning them today. The next skill that I'll be talking about is the conflict resolution skill. Now, unfortunately, conflicts are a must on every project. And every time conflicts happen on a project, it's your responsibility as a project manager to resolve this conflict, to try to resolve them, or to try to reduce them to the barest minimum. The reason why you can never wish conflicts away on a project is because you have different people with different personality traits, with different work style, working on one project. And from time to time, these things will try to rear their ugly heads and cause conflicts on the projects. Other things that could lead to conflicts on projects could be unclear requirements, communication gaps, or competition for the limited resources on the project. Now, you see why you need to develop the conflict resolution skill as a project manager, because you cannot wish it away. Now, the project management's body of knowledge has some recommendations, but of all the recommendations, it is advisable to use the collaborative, which is also known as the problem solving and the win-win situation, to resolve every conflict. What happens in this kind of technique is that the project manager brings everybody together, everybody that is involved in the conflict. You bring them to a round table and have them express exhaustively what the issues are, and together find a solution that is acceptable by all. It is not the project manager forcing a solution on the people involved in the conflict, because if you do that, you are sure that you would not get the right reactions from those involved in the conflict. Now, moving on, the last skill, the last but not the least, is the risk management skill. Now, like conflict, risk on projects are also inevitable. So as a project manager, it will even do you a lot of good to forecast what your possible risk on your projects are, so that you can better plan a response. And because of the importance of risk on a project, that is why risk management plan is one of the knowledge areas in project management. And that knowledge area explains what you need to be doing when you are faced with a risk on a project. Also note that not every risk on a project is a bad risk. Some are actually good risks. And as a project manager, you must learn how to categorize your risk effectively and efficiently, so that when you are doling out your responses, they are actually helping in mitigating these risks. Now, if this video has been helpful to you, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share, so that you can motivate me to keep doing this, because shooting these videos are really a huge work. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in my next video.